just we I got from Amanda the what's the name of the recipe?
I call it quick and comfy chicken and rice.
Cooking chicken and rice. That we ate it before tonight?
Um,
No.
I don't think I made that for you guys last. No, last time you guys liked my chili last time. I remember because we were talking about how the it would be considered a curry in Asia because of the spice blends, but over here we call it a chili because the chilies are the predominant feature in the spice blend. So yeah, it apples to oranges, but that's what that was last time. That was the black bean chili.
Oh yes. So we ate tonight dinner.
Yes, the quick and comfy chicken and rice with some black-eyed peas and okra.
Nice. So this is a traditional recipe, right?
Yeah, and in the South in America, especially during the Depression, rice isn't very expensive and it goes a long way and can feed a lot of people, and back like my dad's family, he had 5 brothers and, his parents were born around the Great Depression, so they didn't have a whole lot of money either, and foods like this was an inexpensive way to feed the whole family. You could use a small portion of meat and cook it with a broth and have the rice with it, and it starts out small, but with it being rice, it grows and feeds everybody good. So yeah, would see a lot of one pot dishes and casseroles and things like that. But and chicken and rice, my grandma actually still to this day, if I were in Florida with my grandma, she actually still makes this for me if I get sick. Like the chicken noodle soup, with the natural antibiotic. But my family loves chicken and rice too, so that's something that's just good stuff. Yeah.
Good stuff. So do you any recommend if we add something new or
That is entirely up to you. That is just the basic kind of standard way to make it. I mean, some folks, family, they make with just salt and pepper. I add garlic and other things to it because it, gives it a little bit of kick. But really, whatever you like and whatever you've got handy. I mean, if you've got fresh herbs laying around and they go well, then yeah, by all means. But you don't have to get fancy with it. That's actually one of the beautiful things about dishes like this is that if you've got chicken and rice and salt and pepper, you can still make this kind of right. So that's mostly what food like that's about.
So, how many people this recipe? No care.
That recipe, with those like the cup and a half of rice and 2 chicken breast measurements, that will generously feed. That'll usually feed that'll feed a family of 4 comfortably, especially if there's a vegetable or something else, or even a bread, like cornbread is a popular thing that would be served with something like that. Some people like to put hot sauce on it, it's whatever people like. Some people may want to add vegetables and whatnot. Yeah.
And also, I want to know more recipes. Also, cornbread is so
Cornbread?
Yeah, I love
Okay. I'll have to check around in the kitchen. I might can scare us up a mess of cornbread tomorrow. I know I have some cornmeal and eggs and all that good stuff. I'll have to check and see if we can make that happen. And tomorrow I think is going to be making a yeast bread and stuff too, so it won't be any trouble. I just have to check. Yeah, we can try that.
So, what we eat the pineapple pie?
That was a pineapple upside down cake.
Upside down cake.
When you bake a pineapple,
So,
and they call it that because when you bake it, you start the caramel brown sugar butter mixture in the bottom, and you lay the pineapples. And usually we use maraschino cherries. Now the maraschino cherries have a benefit too. When you put them in the middle of that circle of the pineapple, it helps keep that caramel from sticking to the pan. I was out of them when I made it, but usually you'll see that with that type of cake. And you then pour the cake batter on top of the fruit and bake it, and when it's done, you let it sit for a few minutes and you flip it upside down onto the serving dish, and it makes that pretty presentation and kind of runs down some of the juices a little too. And yeah.
And also, I want to, do you know some history of the food? This is New Orleans. It comes from the culture from the Spanish and the Indian and the Texas, right?
Yeah, the Creole culture is kind of a mixture of everything. There's African, there's Caribbean, there's Spanish. It's a little bit of something for everybody.
Yeah. So, what's the most have contained the culture of the Texas culture is the inspired these food?
No, not really, because mostly what you see in Texas is actually that's the beef culture from cattle ranchers and Mexicans. You see a lot of taco trucks and whatnot in Texas and stuff. But it's also because the cattle industry is such a big thing there. They just eat more beef because it's grown and raised in the area, and it's more abundant in supply. It's inexpensive. Kind of like how gas is cheaper near the oil refinery, stuff like that. But here it's a little bit different. There's actually you see more seafood, things like that, chicken, sausages. There's a few sausages that are regional to this area that are really good. There's the green onion sausage that you pretty much only see in New Orleans. You can get it at the Rouse's here, and it's quite good. But then there's the andouille, which is a spicy sausage, which is what you traditionally see in the red beans and rice and gumbo, stuff like that. So, I like them. Yeah.
私は大丈夫。
じゃあ一回これで一回取ろうかね。次だしね。さあ。Oh, so nice. Nice content.